Wow, 2 minutes. So it's probably like just total dead time right now. Oh, hey, there's number one. Is that Robbie? That's you, Robbie. Give me a thumbs up. No, not Robbie. How about Susie? Thumbs up. There's two. Yeah, I went biking yesterday, man. We did it like 5 or 6 miles, like through those trails, and they were pretty good. Little on the tired side today for some reason. I don't know why, but it's good to stay active, and so. So, like most of you know, so it's not really the like for the immigration. I mean, I got family from. Hi, how are you? I've got family, my wife's family. A lot of them are from Mexico, and then they have like all this like cross-married kind of, where they're like, they call everyone a brother. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Good. It's good to hear that. So they you really think that so for the most part, when you go to Mexico, people might be a little darker haired, but for the most part, people are pretty European over there looking. And the ones that aren't, they're kind of the native kind of culture. And, and they're descendants from like the native tribes, like the Humano, the Karankawa, the Aztec, Mayan. There's some other tribes over there. But and they, and literally not much has changed for them. In hundreds of years, as far as like, how they do things. Like my father-in-law, my wife's mother, he married a very native looking woman over there, and he after he didn't marry after they divorced from my mother-in-law, and she had a few children or something. I don't speak Spanish, very muy poquito, and so I really don't understand a lot of stuff, I don't, and but I do understand that that a lot of those people, like my father-in-law's second wife, her older children would literally be what you call like native, and they kind of, I wouldn't, I can't communicate with them. So, or they speak very not Tex-Mex, very heavy Spanish, and and only my wife can speak it to them. But they can literally sleep on a straw mat on a cement floor like it's a Posturepedic mattress and just snore. And thanks for the thumbs up. I got you. Thanks. But so and there's no differentiation. If your parents get married and you're from a previous marriage, well, then they're going to call you like a sibling in Mexico, right? And that's just how it is. And well, we were at South Padre in a motel, or not a motel, in a condo down there. My wife and I celebrating her birthday, and they're not really relatives by my standards, but by the Hispanic standards, they are relatives, you know. So they came to visit. And they literally like rode over here on skateboards or whatever, you know, and made their own shoes. It looked like, I don't know, but you know, they were just very content. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they lived in a wigwam. I mean, seriously, that's how basic their life was. They like carried all this stuff on their own, you know. I mean, if they went to a barbecue, you know, they'll take a baby goat or sheep, tie it up, string it over their shoulders, and get on a skateboard and go and sneak into America and bring the food. Very fresh, right? Slaughter it right there, you know. So make some cabrito. It's good stuff. But you know, they're just not, you know, a lot of them are just, you know, there's still kind of a caste system in Mexico, and you know, and it's kind of like a nomadic lifestyle, right? And you know, so living in Texas on the streets with their straw mat isn't any different than living on the streets in Mexico. But ownership is not a priority for them. You know, I was telling someone earlier, you know, if you were to do Deliverance, if you ever seen that movie Deliverance, you know, and you were to do it in Mexico, that's what it would be like. So they were kind of like a, you know, I mean, if you wouldn't call them native, you'd call them like hippies, because the way they were dressed, they look like 60s hippies, you know, like, hey man, but in Mexican. So, you know, are those people discriminatory? I mean, I don't know, is it discriminatory? Should you use your discrimination against them? Well, they have an entirely set of cultural rules than a lot of people over here. And even if it isn't criminal, you know, the reasonings may shock you. So, or just the cultural practices may shock you. The way that they do things, and I don't know. I'm getting ready to go do a lawn. So yeah. I guess there's no ownership there. Let me see, what is it? Hold on, I gotta look this one up to see if we can. There we go. Yep. So just one job today. It's starting to pick up. You can see the winter weeds are gonna grow, and I'll be very busy here soon. So here, I'll show you. Well, they're not really a lot of leaves, but I'll show you what I did. So here, here's here's what I did the other day. It was just covered in leaves. I got like 8 bags or whatever, and so this is what it looks like now. And um, so, but so yeah, there's just these cultural practices that like like we have like this ownership that's important to us, right? And I don't think ownership is as important to like the indigenous Mexican people, or probably indigenous people in general. But so uh, yeah, and I I don't know what to say about it, but people are just like, well, let them in. So what I do know is that in that kind of culture, um, I don't know how to put this. It's not really misogyny. It's like there's a caste system for the native people, and within the native people, there's a caste system for gender. And and if you're born into like being a female, well, then you're going to be the one that's stuck. Now, I can say this, that a lot of times, depending on the situation, how do you be live? I don't know, just live. Can you hear me? So, like the gender caste system is it's pretty crazy. Like, because women don't have the same rights as men, and literally, in a lot of these indigenous cultures, they haven't done away with like they're pagans. What us people, they're like a pagan society as far as religious beliefs, and they have incorporated those pagan belief systems into well, mostly Catholicism. So women get mistreated, you know, and I would never mistreat my wife like I see in that system that happens down there, and nor do I want that for anyone. And so I don't see why, they have their rights, but I don't see why anyone would be in a hurry to bring that kind of system into the United States. I don't. And I think I think it's very predominant. So there's this like gender gap in like, you have the kind of the European kind of Mexican people, and they don't want to immigrate over there. They do everything they can. They do it the right way. They're business people. Now there is kind of a gender gap. It's a very traditional orientation, and for the most part, that's why my wife is so attractive. Like, a lot of the reason why my wife is so, her attitude is like, she has the best attitude in the world. And I don't have to understand her, because she's very humble, and and I mean, literally, I take care of her like as a man would, and she takes care of me as she can as a woman. I mean, just with everything. you know? And is that misogyny? Okay. But it works in our relationship, you know? And I mean, this is like my third marriage, and my current wife she's just a pleasure to be married to because she's not difficult. I don't have any challenges with her. And she's a blessing to me. But so, you know, and she's very Christian, and she's from Mexico, but she's not that indigenous. She probably has like that some indigenous blood in her. But that where it looks like that you're getting out of a wigwam, and you know, hardworking people. But I don't know. That's really all I got to say about it. Yeah, I'm mowing, man. Should a 4-year-old supposed to be on here? I don't know. Probably not. Who's 4 years old? James Anthony. Where do I know you from, James Anthony? Yeah, I got this backyard to do. I couldn't do it last week, and really, business hasn't really been picking up. Jack. Who's Jack? I don't know who Jack is. But so do you mow for a living or what? That's my retirement job, my mowing. I mean, I'm retired, and I tried to go and work after being retired. My heart just wasn't in it, and working for someone, so I just started mowing lawns. I need to get this lawn like in better shape. It's got some bare spots that I need to get the grass growing in, so we'll see what we can do. And then it's got some bare spots. It looks like some insect attacks, but anyhow. Oh, James, hey, how about you? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm just trying to go live and keep this YouTube thing alive and talk about different things. Did Kash finally get confirmed, or do you know? James Anthony. Okay, I'll have to file that. I don't expect it because you don't go on every day. I guess if I go on around 3 o'clock, you'll be here. Normally I go on earlier, but so I don't know. Have you seen my mom's new house? This is it. This is all I got to do today. So I have an agreement with my siblings. If I come over here and do any work, well, because I'm stuck doing everything. I don't know. My other sister passed away, and I just said, hey, you know, I mean, I've been mowing mom and dad's lawn forever. Y'all are gonna have to, you know, take up some of the slack, man. And so we yeah, so they agree to pay 2/3 of a bill that I would generate doing a lawn similar to this. And so that's all I have to do today. I mean, I don't abuse it. I'm not looking to get rich. I was talking to my wife. I go, you know, I'm probably going to just stay around $200 a day during the summer and spring this year, and just be done with it, because it's just you know, when you start getting up there $300 and $400 and $500, unless you have like a big, you know, payday. I mean, it's hard to mow lawns by yourself and get $300-$400 a day. It is. I mean, you can do it, but I don't want to be that tired, you know. Just spread it out, get $300-$400, get $200 a day, and be done with it. But anyhow, all right. Well, hey, I'm gonna take off. So y'all have a good day. All right, bye.